Something that Pete Buttigieg does that is very deceptive is that he's actually a globalist or a communist. I mean,
What?
he's a communist.
Wait, why do you think that?
I read it in a YouTube comment.
I changed my whole life when I learned to ignore them. I changed my whole.
I mean, I don't really want you to say anything. I'm
Oh,
just talking.
okay.
You
Yeah, I guess. I'm just saying, Doug, it's late. And if you
know?
want to, like, if you want to have a debate or whatever, if you have something you want to, like, debate or talk about, that's straight. If not, I was
Yeah,
just finna go to bed.
I'm getting to it. I mean,
Okay. I'm saying,
I was just, chit chatting. I was just trying to be like, hey, what's been going on before I just ruthlessly,
nah,
went
dog.
into my
I
debate.
got
But
no patience. I'm just saying, let's do
I
this.
guess not. What'd you think of the debate?
Um,
Did you
yeah,
watch the debate?
I didn't watch the first one. I heard Bill De Blasio like had his moments where he just was kind of like honed his inner Trump and just like did whatever he wanted. And I think that was pretty fun to watch. I liked Bernie, but I'm a
Yeah.
big Bernie supporter. I wasn't a big fan of like the Spanish-speaking pandering by Cory Booker and Pete Buttigieg. I don't think you should have to like learn Spanish or like learning or knowing Spanish really like qualifies you to like fix the problems within the Spanish community. Um, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, here's the thing though. What do you think about Pete Buttigieg?
Um,
Buttigieg.
yeah, good meme, Doug. I don't know. I think he's pretty. He's farther left than like a lot of the centrist, and he's kind of like charismatic, but like I don't know. I think he doesn't have enough experience. I think he needs to like have some bigger roles within politics, probably at like a state or like national level, like maybe like run for Senate or like Congress. I would kind of put him in like the same with Beto O'Rourke. I think they like have some like actual like they need to like hone out like their policy and their ideology, and they also need to like get some more like experience. Um, that's what I would say. Why?
Something that Pete Buttigieg does that is very deceptive is that he's actually a globalist or a communist. I mean,
What?
he's a communist.
Wait, why do you think that?
I read it in a YouTube comment.
You're okay. You're joking, right? This is a good meme.
No, I mean, I, I am joking, I guess, in the sense that I'm. If you told me that it wasn't true, and showed me something, I might back down from it. But I do think that there probably is truth to it. I mean, people
Why?
don't generally go.
Wait, no, but this is like I no, I want to get down to this because like I don't know. I feel like you're like laughing or you're just
I'm
breathing.
not laughing.
Okay, cool. But like this is really bad. Like you should verify things before you like give like credibility to them. Like I read a lot of YouTube comments and I will verify them if I like choose to, or I'll just ignore them because I don't have time to verify everything. But I'll verify like YouTube comments if they like pique my curiosity to like make sure they're believable. I don't believe things or not believe things.
That seems
Before I
believable.
verifiable.
What's not believable
Why?
about that?
Well, like because I actually know about his policy, and his policy that he's saying is not like anything close to communism. Like I don't know if you're saying he's like a secret communist, then
Well, what about him isn't communism? Is he for capitalism?
yeah,
Are you for capitalism?
yeah.
Oh, because I thought when we talked before, you were like in that globalist,
Well, I would.
communist,
Okay,
socialist
stop saying
mindset.
globalist. That's like a dog whistle for Jews, please. I don't know if you know that or not, but it is.
Globalist is a dog whistle for Jews.
Yes, it is.
I've never heard that before. When did that become the dog whistle for Jews?
I'm not saying
And
it
how do you
is
dog whistle
the.
to Jews?
Do you really not know this? Do you not?
Like what am I when I
So do you
no,
know what
I
the
mean
triple
I don't
parentheses
know
are? Do you
how
know what
that's
triple
possible.
parentheses are?
Yeah, them. Yeah,
No.
them,
So if I
like
said
the
like,
Jews. Yeah, I get it. I get that.
okay, yeah, so that's a dog whistle, and globalist is like used commonly as the same thing.
Well, like when I say globalist,
Right? No,
what
I'm
about the
saying just
deodorizer?
Wait, what do you mean?
It's right there in that bag.
Oh,
So when I say no, I wasn't talking to you. Sorry. When I say so when I say Faraday's a globalist, am I referencing the Jews in some way?
I don't know. Half the time people are, half the
Well, you
time they're
said
not.
don't say globalist because it's a
Yeah,
dog whistle.
because
I just don't understand how
yeah, because
anything
it's
can be a dog whistle to the Jews.
but like triple parentheses.
I'm not hip enough. I'm not hip enough. Like what? And plus, like, here's the thing. Now, here's what I
Are you
really
trying
wanted
to
to get
get me
down
on
to. And so I'm glad that you
semantics?
said that. No, this is what I wanted to get down to, and so I'm glad you brought it up because
Sure.
this ultimately is the main point that I wanted to talk to you about.
Cool.
Why are you so apologetic?
I don't think I am.
But you're tripping over yourself to say blah 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 blah.
Oh
Like,
no, I
oh,
just don't know if you're using it as a dog whistle or not. And most people, that's the point of dog whistles is that you don't have to admit to it. So I just don't like people using dog. Like I'm like if I'm sure you could find it like a
but
BS reason to use triple parentheses, but I would say cut that shit out because that's commonly used as like a dog whistle for Jews.
but like why care is what I mean.
Oh, because I don't know. I don't want you
So
using
like,
dog
let's say I was
whistles.
using globalist as a dog whistle
Yeah, I
for a
don't want you
Jew. Like,
spreading
why
like
care?
Mimi little Nazi propaganda. I don't like that. I don't like
But
Nazis. I don't want Nazis to
but
become like prevalent. I
but
don't want you to
how
make
many
more Nazis.
Nazis?
Wait, too
Like,
many.
what
Too
what?
many.
How many like undercover Nazis do you think there really are?
Dude, I don't know. One is too many,
True.
so too
Now,
many. I don't know. I don't know.
but
That's why they're
but
undercover.
here's the thing. What? So do you know that dude Smith from the server?
Yeah.
You think he's a fascist, right?
Yes, he is. He's a self-proclaimed fascist.
Well,
Like,
he claims to be a fascist.
yes.
Correct. What if I told you that Smith just likes to get a rise out of people? That he's not a fascist at all, and that the only reason he adopted the term fascist is because people like you dislike it.
I don't know. I could believe that.
Now, what if I told you something else? That the term fascist was created as propaganda against Donald Trump in order to alienate the masses from him, weaponize them in the 2020 fight so that this didn't happen again, so that a person like Donald Trump was never elected again, and ultimately the fascist, Nazi, punch a Nazi, bash a fash, all of that rhetoric was created to divide the American people
Yeah, I
so
would
that
say you're
others
completely insane, and
could.
that makes no fucking sense.
What do you think the
You just
true
said
enemy?
you just said fascism or fascist was a term like created to like discredit Donald Trump when like fascism
It
was
was.
invented in the well you know fascism was invented by like Mussolini.
Okay, yes. But with the term fascist as an American slur to use
Okay.
to demonize people was not used until 2016.
Um maybe no, that's not true because we've had fascist movements in America before and we've used like
We have, but it hasn't been the way that it is now. It hasn't been so commonplace. Come on, 10 years ago you weren't saying fascist, calling people fascist. People weren't saying bash the fash.
well
Let's
no,
look
we
at the
weren't
fascism.
because like things change. Like I don't know what you're getting at. Like yeah, the terminology has changed, but the same idea hasn't. Like fascism is bad. Let's not have fascists.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That
Right, but no, I would say that
rhetoric.
there are plenty of fascists that are actually around, and I've talked to them.
Yes, but you talk to them so that they can laugh about how they're upsetting you.
I
The
guess,
fact
but
that
I
you're like,
still, but no, like, okay, so you think that, like, all the, like, this is the thing, like, they just can hide behind the meme, like, oh, we're just joking, we're not actual Nazis. Well, then, no, you shouldn't be spreading, like, Nazi rhetoric, like, even if it's just to, like,
but
trigger the libs, like, that's just, it's not a good joke, and it's, like, really
they're not
dumb.
right or left. They're not trolling the
Well,
libs.
I
They
don't
just
care if
don't
anyone's
like.
spouting
They're
Nazi
it's
propaganda. I'm gonna like tell them that they're like bad for spreading Nazi propaganda. I'm gonna like
Here's the
call
thing,
that shit
but
out.
they don't care about that. They don't care
Cool,
if you
I
think
don't
they're bad. They
care.
love that you think they're bad. They
Cool,
love
I'm
that they
still
feel
I don't know what your point
alienated.
is. Are you saying I shouldn't call out people for being fascist because then the fascists don't get
I'm
called out?
saying, who's the real enemy?
The well, I mean, like, like in this I mean, in this scheme of things, like the
Who's the real
fascists,
enemy?
but like it would be the people in power. I guess we're talking about like more generally.
Who's the real enemy?
The people in power. Please don't. Do you want to do the please don't say the Jews part too?
I'm I don't care about the Jews. I was not talking about the Jews, whatever.
Okay,
But
who are you talking about?
here's the thing. Who's the real enemy? I'm just wondering.
Well, in like what concept? Because like very broadly, I would say the people in
Who
power.
do you? Okay, who's in power?
A lot of people, the powerful.
Well, if somebody said like let's we can knock down the enemy down a peg. We could execute a surgical strike against the enemy. Who would you consider that to be?
I don't know. I would have to see, I guess, in what concepts. Like that could mean a lot of different things. There, I guess, like what to me personally, I don't know. I have a lot of enemies. I guess I wouldn't want to like do
Well, you
target
seem
like.
to be fighting against fascism and Nazis a lot, so I'm just
Sure,
wondering
yeah. Well,
what.
I would say authoritarianism, but for some reason, a lot of authoritarians are on the right. I don't know why, but maybe it's just a coincidence. I don't know.
Now that's a good point. Let's get back to that in a second. But here's the thing, what?
Sure.
So a lot of people, maybe not you specifically, but a lot of people
Sure.
have have weaponized themselves towards fascism.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
fascism is awful.
is it awful?
Yes.
Is it relevant?
Relevant to what? Relevant to people like spouting fascism? Yeah, yeah.
I'm saying, like, is there a risk of fascism cropping up in
Um,
America?
I mean, potentially it's small now, but I mean, I don't want it to grow. I mean, even if it's a 1% chance, I still think it's worth fighting for because fascism, as we saw in Italy and Germany and Japan, or maybe not so much as Japan. I don't think Japan would really be considered fascist, but still, we saw in Germany and Italy like how terrible fascism is, not only for like the out group, but even for the in group, because it typically cannibalizes itself like it did in
Build the wall,
Italy.
yes or no?
Build the wall? No, it's really dumb. It's a child solution to a very complicated problem. God damn it.
What's the solution?
I would say trying to boost Mexico's socioeconomic, like I mean, I guess I say socioeconomic a lot, but like basically try to like help their economy and try to stabilize their government, and because I'm big on like self-reliance when it comes to like helping other groups, giving them the ability to like self-rely, kind of like what we did on the Marshall Plan, but like a more modern age version of that.
You mind if I quote you on this?
Sure, I guess.
All right, so I'm writing an article, so you're trying to. Okay, here's the thing. So
Wait, what are you quoting me on? I want to hear the quote, so you don't quote me out of context, I guess.
I won't listen. I won't misrepresent you.
Well, no, I just want to hear what you're quoting me on.
Well. I gotta ask you the question first, and
Oh, okay,
I
cool,
won't
cool.
like you can like leave you as anonymous. I'm just saying. I'm just want to
Yeah, I don't care.
I'll fairly represent what you're saying. Trust me. I'm not trying to fucking
Alright,
do
cool,
anything to
ask the
bite.
question.
Okay. So first of all, you said that the wall was a
Chi-
child solution for
child solution to a very complicated problem, yes.
and the solution that you gave was boosting the socioeconomic status of or the
I said I would try to do somewhat like a new era Marshall Plan, like we did after World War II. I know it wouldn't be exactly the same. There'd be a lot of things we'd have to do differently, but it would be kind of like the same concept. Try to boost their economy, stabilize their government. Yes, that's what I would do. And I don't know if that would work. I'm not an
boost the
expert on this.
of Mexico, right?
Wait, what?
Of Mexico?
Of what Mexico? Oh, I'm not an expert when it comes to like geopolitical
No,
things.
of Mexico, right?
Wait, you're cutting up a little bit. What'd you say?
You said boost the economy of Mexico. Right?
Try to boost their economy and also stabilize their government. Yeah.
No, I was just asking. You said you were saying of Mexico.
Yeah, the Mexican. Well, I mean, yeah, that would be a way to like stop immigration, I guess, or just do it whatever country's immigrating, like try to stabilize the countries that are having refugees or immigrants come from. Yeah, I guess.
That's what I was gonna ask you is what I mean when we stabilize Mexico. What if I told you that that would do absolutely nothing? I mean, and
I would
essentially,
ask you why and to explain yourself, I guess.
so
Boom.
well, here's the thing. First of all, and I want to, yeah, I'm not laughing about this. This is very
Okay.
serious. I'm
I
not
don't care
because
if you're laughing about it or not.
well, right, but I'm not. It's very
Okay.
serious.
Cool.
Thing is, we have an open air slave market down on the southern border right now. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
people are being raped, treated
Yeah,
horrifically.
starving to death, dying from dehydration because Border Patrol pours out water that like certain groups of people leave on the border for like upcoming migrants. Yeah, I know it's a struggle. It's harsh.
Well, and the water is not doing them a service. I mean,
Well, the water is keeping them alive, and I would say keeping them alive is a
no,
service. Yes, especially when they're fucking like refugees, not like just
they're
like
not wait.
gangbangers. Well, yeah, a lot of these people are refugees. Like most of the people
Okay,
coming in who
so if we
seek or are
stabilize
seeking asylum,
those,
asylum seekers are like
not going to
political
do
refugees
anything.
or like just refugees.
So if we stabilize Mexico's government, it's not going to do anything because the refugees, quote unquote, are not from Mexico.
Right. So I said earlier that you would, wherever the refugees are coming from, you would want to stabilize those economies, stabilize those governments and those economies if you want to keep those refugees in those countries, because then they won't have to leave. They don't have to. Most of these people don't want to leave.
So not only do we have to stabilize the economy of Mexico, but we have to stabilize Guatemala, Chile, Brazil.
Well, most of them
Uh,
are coming from El Salvador, and that's because of things that America did. But I don't really want to get into
how?
all that stuff.
What thing?
The whole thing with MS-13, MS-13 was actually an American gang that like was started because we like deported all the people coming in from El Salvador, and
And
yeah,
that created a gang.
yeah, because the prison populations and like there's a lot of gangs in prison. MS-13 was born in California. Yeah.
And so it's our fault that Mexican and El Salvadorian criminals got into a gang.
Um.
We
Well,
put criminals in prison. They
well, we
formed a
helped.
gang, and
Yeah,
that's our
we
fault.
played a part in it. We didn't help.
Okay, well that's
And then that
first of all,
destabilized the government
that's
of El Salvador, and that's where a lot of these refugees are coming from.
apologist bullshit that I'm
Well,
talking about. That's
it's not
exactly what.
apologist bullshit. It's just like historically accurate. I'm not apologizing for anything. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't. Do you feel guilty about this? Like, I'm just describing what
No,
happens, and you apparently it triggers you. Like, I don't. I'm
no,
sorry. Like, your feels don't care about the facts and the logic, but that you know.
but there's no facts and
Well,
logic
no, this
saying
is
that
like a
we
pretty
created
like
MS.
I'm pretty sure this is like kind of just like historic. Like, I'm just describing like from at least from what I heard, like what's like historically accurate. I could be
But
like
here's
informed on
okay.
something,
First of
I
all, this isn't
guess.
my point. Sorry, I got distracted. My
Yeah.
point is, can you hear my notes? Oh, never mind. I see. My point is this: what are you? What instead of building a wall to discourage people from migrating, you want to throw money at the problem in these countries.
No, I didn't say throw money. I don't think money is necessarily the problem. I think it's more of like I think corruption in a lot of these countries is a huge thing that is taking
So
that
how do
holding them
we
back.
fix that?
I don't have all the answers, but I think that would be a starting point to try to like go into these countries and try to help fix corruption, but also like America has to fix our own corruption problem. So like that would be a start to like fix our corruption before we go out and like try to help other countries with that issue. But you know, and also like you know, so like that's I think would be a good start. And then a lot of things could follow if you actually have a government that's trying to help the people.
But what is our corruption problem, and how does it mirror the corruption problems in these
I
countries?
didn't say it mirrored, but like we still do have a pretty big corruption problem in America. I mean, like we really need to get money out of politics. Like I think that's like something that is like we need to do like in the next couple of years.
By should we give Alexandria Ocasio Cortez her pay raise?
I don't know. Like, why would you just do, like, should we give Tim Ryan a pay raise? I mean, because we'd be giving all of them a pay raise. Or are you just asking about
Right.
AOC?
She's the one who proposed it.
Oh yeah, well, so do you know like that they have to have a permanent residence in Washington D.C. and whatever their home district?
Yeah.
So they have to have two mortgages, and like they don't actually make that much money, especially for well, I don't. I think travel actually is paid for, maybe to a certain extent, but like they do have more bills to pay. And if we like decrease the amount of money, then we're just going to have wealthy people in politics. No, I believe that like a common person should be able to live comfortably being a politician. Yeah,
And
sure.
$175,000 a year isn't living
For two
comfortably.
mortgages, no, that is not that is not enough money. I mean, I would be in favor. Listen, I'd be in favor of making a White House, but for like the Congress and just like have dorms for when they go to DC. I would be in favor of that, and then we could probably cut the budget. But I don't like the budget or how much we pay Congress people. It's just kind of like virtue signaling because like that's not really like where any of our budget is going.
Listen, I don't need Bernie Sanders trying to fuck Alexandria Ocasio Cortez in the fucking Congress White House. Okay, I don't need to
That
pay for that.
that was the worst meme I've ever heard.
Well, I'm not very funny, so
I mean, yeah, apparently.
okay. But here's the thing. Okay, so $175,000 a year isn't enough.
For their job, I don't think so. Yeah, I think that like I would be okay with raising it or basically having like all of their expenses like taken care of. But then again, like I said, I think that if you're going to like make it like 50 grand or like how my dad used to talk and be like, oh, we should just make not pay them at all. It should be a public service. Well, no, because then you're just gonna like have rich people be able to. Like you're not gonna have someone who's like from like the middle class or like even poor like be able to run for an election because they're not gonna be able to afford it.
So and you think so? How is that corruption, by the way?
That that's not you brought this up. I never
Yeah,
said
no,
this was corruption. Wait,
but
what?
but we were speaking about pay raises to
Right, and then
minimize.
you well no you brought up should AOC get a pay
Yeah,
raise, and
just
that's
ask.
I didn't say that was corruption. It sounded like you were saying that's corruption. So don't you
Okay,
can't like Uno twist. I already used
I
that meme. My bad.
feel, I'm just trying to refocus on corruption.
Right. No, you said how is that corruption? So you tried to like straw man me, but that was a
Not
really bad attempt.
about you. I'm not trying to
Okay,
say
so
that
how
you.
so you want to ask me like what do I think is corrupt in America?
I'm saying that can we focus back on the corruption because
Sure,
I want to
yeah.
get
I mean, can you not bring up random stuff that isn't part of corruption like you did, I guess? Because you're saying, can we focus back, and you're the one who
certainly yeah.
sidetracked it. All right, okay, cool. So this is what I think. I'll give you an example of corruption. So, like I said, like, can we take money out of politics? I think this is a huge thing. I think I would be in favor of when it comes to elections, publicly funded elections. You do not raise money. If you get a certain amount in the polls or whatever, I don't know what the criteria would be, but you have your election taken care of. You have so much TV time, yada yada yada. I think that would be fair. And that'd be a great way to actually like improve democracy.
Would it?
I would think so, yeah.
Now I do have one great example of why it wouldn't be.
Cool. Lay it on me, Doug.
What about Donald Trump?
He got a lot of PAC money. He didn't pay
What's
for
that?
his election. He didn't pay for his election all by himself.
No, he didn't.
Do you really think
But he
that Donald Trump paid for his election all by himself?
no, I said he wouldn't. He didn't, but he would
Oh,
have.
no, he physically no, because no one could. That's the thing. That's why you don't have like billionaires like running for office is because no, they cannot alone afford a single campaign. The amount of money that it costs to like run for president is absurd. So you have to like go and whore yourself out to all the like corporations and companies. I mean, like most Democrats do this too, and it drives me insane. Like that's why like people like AOC or like Bernie Sanders because they get most or if not all their money from the people. Grassroots, baby.